Come on. Come on, bud. We got to cut this tree down. You're in the way. You want to be part of this. You do not want to be part of this. Well, it's pretty tight in here, friends. And as you can see all that sawdust? The beetle got at it. See that fine sawdust all around the stump? Yeah, that's what happens. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to take this little cedar beside it because it's been ripped the bark off it and it's literally pinned up against it. It won't go. I know it won't go. Believe it, those limbs will hold that tree there, right there. So I either cut the limb off or just cut the tree up. It's actually gonna be a skanky ordeal, to be honest. Now that I look at this, I think I might have to get crafty here, actually, now that I see this. I'm gonna have to cut, that cedar might not even go through there because of this one. Friends, this guy, we got fences freaking everywhere, right? So I don't wanna take that one down. I'm not taking that one down. It's too nice. So I gotta figure something out here. I'm hoping that'll plow through there. It's not going to though. It's gonna get hung up in that cedar. This cedar is gonna get hung up in that cedar, guaranteed. Unless I can somehow cut it off as it goes. My issue is, you know what I think I might do, friends? I might cut it off the stump. Seriously. It's not gonna be pretty though. I will say this, it's not gonna be pretty. So, let's get this going here. I gotta figure out a plan here.
So friends, in a scenario like this, just open your mind up to the reaction after the action. You know what I mean? That old saying, for every action, there is a reaction. Well, nothing could be truer in this game. That cedar tree that you're looking at with the bark all off it, I literally was just going to slash it off the stump and, you know, get it to drop down and out because it won't go anywhere. But I come up with a plan because I took the time to weigh out all my options.
Okay, friends, so I was actually gonna slash that tree out of there. And the reason I was gonna do that, actually, I'll show you. This tree's leaning back. I'm gonna have a hard time banging this tree. I'm gonna have to bang either left-handed or, look at the lean on this thing. Look at it. It's leaning back up here towards Myrtle and the wrong way completely. I'm shooting for that stump right there. Okay, I'm shooting for that gap. It's like a, whatever, 16-foot gap, which shouldn't be too bad. But, so here's the deal though. So I look up and it's gonna fight me against that cedar. It is, but I do have enough travel room. It's all about travel room. When you're banging wedges, friends, everything's about travel room. You need to be able to move the tree. Well, if you look closely here, I'm not moving that. See that limb right there? It's up against the tree, like dead up against it. It's gonna give me gears. I don't want, I was gonna cut it down, but you know what? I'm not going to now. I've got this one bent over. I'm gonna cut it. Hopefully I'll be able to jump up on something there and cut this one off. And then this one, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually grab a hold of it and see if I can bend it around. I don't think it'll snap off. It's cedar, they're pretty elasticity, but I wanna leave it. I wanna see if I can actually leave it. You know what I'm saying, friends? So let's see what happens here. Because that's the only thing stopping me from moving. I mean, there's other things, but they're not as bad. And I gotta get this thing moving. So, let's see here. Hey, buddy, can I get your hand? Yeah, That's free. Keep it in tight. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. It's got root rot, so that's why it broke. That's beautiful. Now, what about this one, buddy? Just be careful. Don't get it snapping in your face. Oh, I'm liking it. Very good. Okay. Thank you.
That's good enough?
It's perfect. I'll cut them down from there. Okay, that's good. Now I'll be able to move. That's not going to hurt me, that one there. That guy's not going to hurt me. It'll bend with the wedges, but it is leaning back, friends. Like, it's leaning back. Thank you, buddy. Look at. And it's a balsam and they're heavy. And if you do not catch your lean and get command of these, you'll be hurting. Life will be hurting. I'm not joking you. Let's cut this thing. Let's get this. That saves me having to cut that cedar down.
Okay, friends, I'm going to talk about something right now because it's important, especially when you're sighting up a shot and you need to be bang on because there's consequences for failure. Now, what I'm doing right here is I'll pop over and I'll check. I feel like I'm close, so I start banging here. It's still attached, but I looked at my sights. Now, the reason I'm not going to continue to try and meet up my cuts, who knows what'll happen? Exactly. You will change your direction. You will. See that chunk over there that I left? Watch how this undercut finishes up. It's very important at this stage to not continue cutting to try and meet your cuts up, especially if your sights tell you that you're already there. That second cut and your sight lines up. Well, if you go deeper to just try and make up, you've now ruined your direction of fall. You've ruined it. So you're better to smack that piece out and clean up. And that's what I do here. I wanted a nice low undercut, so I ended up coming just a little further than I wanted to, instead of a Dutchman, right? So that would be the opposite. So I'm just cleaning this up, and I'm taking time, especially when you've got a hard back lean. And if you go deeper, you're ruining the chances of getting that wedge in there. So I'm just cleaning up this cut, making sure my sights are dead square.
Ah.
So this is where I come around. If you want to check your sights again, put your saw bar right up against your apex of your cut. Right up in there. Hold it in there and pop off the back and have a look. Make sure you're dead square in line with your cut. See? I just get that in there and I take a look. And I go, yeah, this is good. Let's throw the back at it.
Okay, so friends, this thing, I opened that up again, right? I'll show you what I'm talking about. My undercut, if I had it kept going, my undercut would have changed direction. So you stop cutting, bang your cut out. Or if I had to kept, like, you know what I mean, friends? If I had it kept going, it would have changed my direction up here somewhere. Don't want that. This tree's leaning back hard. Now, I started my wedges, I started my cut like this.
Good morning. Friends, at this stage, I just want to interject for just a second. We got a little bit of white stuff out there. It's a regular day here at Buchan's little homestead here. But friends, I take the time to share this stuff because there's all kinds of variables and all kinds of pieces to the puzzle that make this situation go like it does. It can turn bad with one overlooking of something. It can turn bad. If I decided to come in, this is a scenario we get taught in as a faller in BC or anywhere out this way. This is part of the program of wedging a tree. If you've got 6 feet of wood, it don't matter where you start your cut. You got all kinds of room for wedges. Here we have room for wedges, but the tree, if you come in straight in the back and just start like bringing the hinge wood in even, do you know what I mean by that? Instead of like, if you picture it as a circle, I can draw this out for you, but it's out there, the information's out there. I start on the high side. You'll see, I'll explain it, but I wanna explain this real quickly off camera to folks that are interested. You want that tree to not sit back right away. It's leaning back, friends. It's leaning back. So I can make that worse by bringing my wood in even. You got to get room for wedges, right? You have to get room. So instead of eating up the whole back piece, like bring it in, I start over on the edge on the high wood and I bring the saw in kind of like around. I'm bringing the wood around like a clock, okay? And the reason being is because I need to set a wedge. I need to get control. It's called getting control of your tree or command or whatever words you like to use. Bush, woods. We call it the bush. So I show that here, and it's very important actually. You can have a rough bang here. Once you get control, you're in. You've got it. Instead, if you don't do it, if you overlook this part, you can start banging wedges and now you can be on the back of your bar and you can be smacking the wedge into your bar and busting teeth off your chain and fighting and get into a situation. But here, I know that I need to create space for wedges without getting sat on. So just watch what I do here. Oops, a little interjection, I know. Christine, how are you this morning? I love to take these opportunities, friends, to say hi to folks because everything, all the people that come here are super duper important. Here's a funny one right here. Check this out. As I'm speaking to you, doing this interjection, I just popped into my latest video. And guess what? John says Nick's is only 5 or 6 blocks away from his house. He's one of the first comments on our video yesterday. John Latazio. Johnny, how are you? And you got the Voodoo Bushcraft. Voodoo Bushcraft, brother, shout out for you today. I used to do these all the times, friends. Of course, Tom Joyner, what a guy. David Thomas. You got so many wonderful people that come here. Look at this character, Contemporary Primitive Man. Now that's a fella we might want to check into. Love my Nick's boots. When I first put them on, they felt like they were carved from oak. But once they broke in, they feel great. Break-in is a procedure that I think men have forgotten about these days.
If I had started even in the back, I would have been hurting terribly for my wedging. Do you understand what I mean? So I started on the high wood. I'm going to talk to you guys about this because this is stuff that, you know, we were taught as fallers, not tree guys. We were taught this as fallers. Now, friends, believe me when I tell you, this tree is leaning back hard. Look at it. It's got a belly in the wood. You can see it right there. And it is leaning back. In order to start, you can do your bore cuts and all that crazy stuff. Sure, you can go right ahead and do all that. That's not where I come from, and you don't need to do it. It's one cut. I can't screw up. You can't have cuts not meeting and all this stuff. You can't have that. But I want to show you what I've done. You see how much wood I got there? Hardly any. So I started my wedges right there. See? In there. But when you come around here, now remember, I've cut some yet. Look at this, friends. Look how much wood I got. Look at this. Look where my saw is. It's way back there. So I've got a huge post holding this tree up yet, which allows me to sink wedges because I've got command now. I have command of the tree. So what I'm going to do is put you guys behind the fence now so that you can see the whole ordeal go here. It's going to be a bang. I'm telling you, it is. This is a bang. I'm up against a fence. So do you know what I'm saying by that, friends? You see what I'm saying? Like it's going to start to fight me here any second. So I'm going to sink another wedge and bury it. Like, I mean, bury it. So this'll give you guys an idea of what's going on here. Back on the wedging. And I'm shooting for that rotten stump down there. See it? Just to the right of that rotten stump. Right there. But we are fighting things. We're fighting a crown and all kinds of things. But I want you guys to understand the wedging thing from where we come from. So now it looks like I may have to come out. I may not have a long enough bar here. I may have to come out. So let's watch. I should, well, that's hard to say. I may have to, let's see. I may have to. Oh yeah, I'm right up against my wedge too. Kind of looks like a wound right there actually. Okay, let's get another wedge started. Right here. Right here. That should be okay. Yeah, see that? I'm right up against.
So the trick is here is not to let the tree sit at all. Give it nothing. I kicked the snot right out of my wedges. For starters, my wedge banger busted earlier, and I'm swinging the 32-inch curved handle with a sharp, pole, and not the prettiest wedge banging, but it's good. It's all good. But you can skip ahead and go to the end and learn nothing, or watch the whole process here.
Well, not bad, eh, buddy? Yeah. I think I nailed the stump. So I was being held back, friends, a bit. Yeah, I was being held back, but we nailed her, friends. I cut a little, and look what it was fighting me with. Look at that. She pulled that cedar right over, friends, and it sprung back. That's why you get the heck out of there. So let's go see how we did here, which I think we did quite nice, actually. Yeah, we did. We nailed it. Yep. Yep. Right on the money. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, right on the money. I didn't. Oh. Yeah, right on that stump. That's what we were shooting for. We actually creamed it, buddy. We creamed it. He opened the fence, friends, from there to right there, that post. See? And then there's the fence there. So, yeah, we nailed it. I'm happy about that. Very happy about that. Tight quarters. That's why every cut, every wedge, I was crammed in there. I'm not a big left-handed swinger. I can bang left-handed. No problem. I broke my falder's wedge today. It was a defective handle. I was down there. I was doing something. It was weird. But anyway, I snipped a bit of that high wood as it left. See that, friends? See that right there? I snipped it. It was going in here a bit. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to snip it to get it off this stump right here, this big stump, and let it flop in there. And it just beautiful. But see what I was saying, friends, about this? If I had to change this direction and kept trying to meet my cuts up, guess what happens? I smash the fence and I miss my target by a good 10 feet. Seriously, that's what happens. I'm so happy about this little cedar tree. I'm so glad we decided to save it. There she be. Friends, that's about it. I'm done here. We wanted to get this side done, so we got the bottom side to worry about. They're doing a really neat thing here. They're creating a space for people to come, to play with the animals and be with the animals and be in nature. And she wants to get the dead trees looked after. So the Bucking Army is helping her out. You know the program I'm talking about. The participants. The recipient program is live and you people are part of it. So just know, anybody that super chats here or anybody that does, what do they call it? Super thanks. You know that little thing under there, the little support button on any video? This is where it goes. Just so you know that. Somebody asked me the other day, Bucking, why don't you say something on your channel about it? Well, I talk about the recipient plan. Well, she says, well, why don't you talk about it more, like so we can help it? I'm like, no, I'm not talking about it. I will say it once. I said it for her, and you know who you are. So that's what we do, and that's what our super chatters and our messengers of kindness and our freaking super thanksers, that goes to people like this in situations like this. Over and out. Work hard. Be honest. I'll catch you back at the ranch. Hogan's heading back to camp. I want to get home and visit him before he goes. Over and out. Be kind, friends.